If you're having trouble printing or having trouble with a printhead on the HP Officejet Pro models, then stay tuned because you're not going to want to miss this video. Hey you guys, what is going on? The printer guy here, and today I've got the HP Officejet Pro 8625. And basically, I got this printer from Goodwill, and it has a problem. Right now there's an error code coming up for the printhead. It's not printing at all. It's not able to print anything because the printhead is totally clogged. It's right now at this point, it is not functioning at all. The ink levels are okay on this printer, but put simply, the ink that is installed is not able to be pushed through the entire system, so nothing's able to print at all. Now, if you're having a similar problem, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to fix that problem. Now, there's no guarantee that error codes will be fixed because every error code is different, but I currently have an error code. I will show you which one I have, and the method I'm going to use should allow for that code to be resolved and for us to get back to printing normally again. If this video ends up being helpful, please make sure to like. Any questions at all, comment below, and if you want more content like this, please make sure to subscribe. Now, the first time I worked on this printer and posted it onto YouTube was in 2017. This is a newer version of that video. It's much more detailed. You're going to get a lot more out of this video. So if you're coming from that video, or if you're watching this one, this is the right video to watch because all the information is going to be updated after years and years of doing this. You're going to get a lot more detailed instruction. One of the main things you need to know is that there is going to be a link down in the description below for this product. Now, this product is going to allow you to solve the problem with your printhead. You're going to be able to take this cleaning fluid, put it into the syringe, and push this fluid into the printhead, and that will allow for the blockage that's in there, the dried up ink and gunk, to be flushed out. I'm going to show you everything you need to do in order to use this product efficiently so that you can get the best results. Again, there's going to be a link down in the description below. It's the only product I trust because it's the product that I have developed over all these years. So follow all the instructions in this video along with the instructions on the back of the packaging and inside the packaging. If there's something that seems extraneous and it seems like there's instructions missing in this video that are on here, follow these instructions. Try to follow each instruction one by one. Of course, the methodology is going to be different for each printer. Now, this is my own product, so you are helping this channel. You're helping me to continue to make these videos when you buy the Best Printers cleaning kit. This is the only kit you're going to need. Also, use this video as a resource. If you have questions, leave them in the comment section and I will do my best to get to each question. Any products I end up talking about, there will be a link for it in the description below. Check out the description box, a lot of resources there. It's all for your benefit. Also, there's going to be chapters all along this video. So if you are watching the second time, because the first time I recommend you watch the entire video because you need all the instructional content. But the second time you can kind of skip around and get to where you need to go a little bit faster. All right, so without any further ado, let's get started with this cleaning.
All right, so the first thing you want to do, if you're able to, I'm not able to with this specific printer, is you're going to want to print out a nozzle report. And that's going to be under the settings, under maintenance. You should have that option to print a nozzle report or a print quality report. Either one of those is going to show you which colors are giving you the most issues. Now, specifically with having an error code, it's a little bit different. You are going 50-50 with this cleaning. So meaning that there's 50% chance that this cleaning will work, and it's 50% chance that the printhead is just not functioning and it's damaged, and it's permanently damaged, which means you would need to get a new printhead. But proceeding on with the cleaning, you're going to need to remove all of the ink cartridges. And one of the things you definitely need to do is buy some new ink cartridges. I'm going to leave a link down in the description below for some new ink. And you're going to need that because when you flush this system, you're going to need new ink to flow back in. And so if you're using your old ink and they're 50% or less full on ink, then it's going to just continue to make that problem worse, and it's going to happen again and again. So you want to start off with some fresh ink, some full ink, and then later on, if you have maybe 50% full on your ink cartridges, maybe later on you could use them, just maybe 25-40% more. All right, so now once you have the printhead in this position and you've removed the ink, you can now flip up this gray lever, and it's on the right side of the printhead. You're flipping it up, and that's going to unlock the print head. You're now going to have access to remove the print head out of that carriage, and you're going to want to have a plastic container that is somewhat deep. It doesn't have to be this deep necessarily, but it'd be good if it was deep and long, so that way you have an area to work in. And preferably this plastic container is something that you don't mind getting stained with a little bit of ink. You can clean it if you make sure to clean it right away and thoroughly clean it, but this container was previously used for food. Don't use it for food again. Just use it as something that you would need in the future for something similar like this. So as you can see, when we look at this print head, it's got a bunch of gunk on it. It's dried up ink that over time has built up in the print head. And also the print head from the bottom, you can see there's a little bit of leakage. That leakage is really not a good sign. So of course, again, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this is the Best Printers Cleaning Kit. There's a link for it down in the description below. This is what you're gonna use to solve this problem. This is a cleaning solution that is going to break up the blockage, and it's a 20 milliliter syringe so that you have enough capacity, enough fluid to push through all at once if you needed to. But really what I like to do is keep it at about 10 to 15 milliliters per nozzle, per color, and you have 20 milliliters. So I would say break it up to 10 and 10. You can always come back and push another 10 through, but just to keep it even, that's of course if you're having a general problem and you're printing blank pages. None of your colors are printing. If that's the case, I would take it 10 milliliters at a time, each color, and I would do that at least twice. And so that puts you at about 20 milliliters per color. But just so that you don't have to keep refilling, you could just push the whole 20 milliliters through. You have 100 milliliters in your bottle, so that's going to give you 20 milliliters left over if you do 80 across the 4 different colors. So luckily you don't need any of the attachments within the kit. All you're going to be using is the silicone tubing that's already attached to the syringe. And at this point, of course, you are pushing through that cleaning fluid. And as you can see, you should see the color come out that you're trying to push out. And if at any point you're having resistance and you cannot push through one of the nozzles, like I am here, you can see it's easily pushing through. You're going to need to stop, take everything apart, pull off the silicone tubing, and warm up the solution, and then refill that syringe with the warmed up solution and reapply that solution in its warmed up state, because that warmed up fluid is going to help break up the blockage. Remember, when something is dried up and there's blockage, it's going to be difficult to remove at times if it's really dry. But that warmed up solution will definitely get it moving and get it flushed out. Now you want to apply pressure that is steady, but you want to keep a firm amount of pressure on there, and that's what's going to allow it to break. Once it breaks, it usually is a very easy flow from that point going forward. All right, so we've cleaned up magenta, cyan, yellow. Now we're going to be tackling the black ink nozzle. And black is usually the most common nozzle to go bad because it is used so frequently, and it's going to have a lot more wear and tear on it. Now, every situation is different. What you're seeing on this video is not exactly what you will have to do. It may be that your black nozzle is working totally fine. If that's the case, you don't need to clean it. I recommend do not clean a color that is working just fine. Only clean the colors that are giving you the most issues, or that are not printing, or that are faded. If a color is coming out 100% crisp and you've printed out a print quality report, then you will know exactly which colors need to be cleaned. So now at this point, I'm cleaning some of the gunk that's around the print head on the bottom with the syringe, just spraying some of that fluid all around it. And this is just the cleanup process. I'm done with cleaning the nozzles. So at this point, you need to understand that you cannot just take this print head and stick it back into the printer. You're going to need to dry this off. And preferably it would be with paper towels initially, but then you need to leave it for about 24 hours. After 24 hours, you can then take this print head and put it into the printer. But before that, dry it off with paper towels and leave it in a place where it can totally dry. Maybe on that paper towel, make sure it's not soaking through to the bottom. Just like I have it here, once it's totally dried with paper towel, you leave it out to dry for 24 hours. A very, very important step in this process. You could mess up your whole setup if you install a print head that has moisture or any type of fluid on it before reinstalling. So very, very important that you do that. Now we're going to be reinstalling the print head, totally cleaned, totally ready to go. And at this point, you can take that print head and put it back into the print head carriage that it was in originally. And you can see there, once you put it back there, it will fit in place perfectly. You don't need to worry too much about that. And just like you unlocked that gray lever, you're going to need to reattach it, and you do that by just flipping it down. So you're going to flip it down. That's going to be in a locked position now. The print head won't be able to be removed. And now you can install your brand new ink cartridges. Again, link down in the description below for some new ink cartridges. You need to install full ink because ink is going to have to flow back into the system and replace the ink that was lost. And you need it to be fresh, full ink so that you can go through this entire process. So now at this point, you need to go into your settings, go under maintenance, and do a print head cleaning. Do a head cleaning and do them maybe 2 or 3 times before you try to print again. That is what is going to allow for the color to come back into the system. Once you've done that print head cleaning through the settings, you then can print off a nozzle report, or with HP, what is called the print quality test report or print quality report. That's going to show you that all the colors are back to normal or not. You may have to do a second cleaning. With this printer and this print head specifically, there was nothing that could be done. The print head was totally damaged, and that could be the case for you. So you want to be sure of the options that you have. And one of those options is you can buy a new print head. So I'm going to be leaving a link down in the description below the cleaning kit for a new print head. I would try the cleaning first, because if that works, then you don't have to spend, over $100 for a print head. And if the cleaning works, then you just move forward and you just have to buy some new ink. But again, not a perfect science, but many times, more often than not, it does work. But when it's a scenario like this with this type of print head, you're not going to be able to fix it with the cleaning. It's going to need to be a replacement at this point. All right, so I really hope that this video ended up being helpful. If this video was helpful, please make sure to like. Any questions at all, comment below. And if you want more content like this, please make sure to subscribe. But that's really all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.